Yeah, let me go real quick. So, yes, to recap super quick, this is the finale here of this 16 character tournament that I run through. Um, as I have joked previously, it's some of my least favorite characters, and it sort of is. um, the sorcerer sort of ranks up there on my list. He is very effective, but I think he has a little bit of problem, like I said in the quest game, just getting his feet under him, for me at least. So we're gonna see if we can change that around. Um, okay, so let me turn the scoreboard off here. So you can see the swordsman has Ghost Hunter. Where the hell are the ghosts? The ghosts aren't miles away. Oh, the ghosts can't be there because that doesn't connect. They're there. So they're not so far away. So he might go for that super early. Two rogues make that an auto kill fight. Explore the borderland is right there, so the swordsman looks poised to score early, maybe twice. So let's do his day one. That's easy. So he will certainly. Um, I'm going to trade once. We're going to hire 3 times. We're going to get a little cadre of swordsmen, our own swordsman. So what do we got there? Our powers are barter. So he gets a bonus trading, and then he gets to act when he wants to act during the day, which usually means he goes first. That's 9 times out of 10. He just goes first. Sometimes you want to go later, maybe catch someone in a bad position. But again, we're not really doing super PvP. So for the sorcerer, I'm going super standard layout on his spells. As you can see, Fiery Blast, Melt into Mist, and Transform. I made these little cards today for every spell. There's a lot of spells, by the way, that we got. So I think we have a fairly simple sort of universe here, and that is do what we normally do: melt, Fiery Blast, transform when we need to, hope for the best. um, he does not have a great layout of things. I don't like Curse Breaker for him. So we might spend one day and just get rid of that quest. Lucky Day's fine. Spider Slayer is okay. It's not gonna. Um, I do think we want to grab some treasure for him, and sometimes yeah. So anyway, so I think his first few moves will be just to probe these couple uh, tiles here and maybe get rid of Curse Breaker. So for him, I think our first day is going to be a hide for sure. We'll trade once with the rogues to see what they have. Hiring is not going to do me much good, really. So we will trade 3 times just in case. But if we hire someone, our escape plan is melting into mist, and that's going to leave our guy behind to die every time. So that's probably not really the way to roll here. The druid starts at the end. He is very much a hide and run awayer. We have nudge and torchbearer. Nudge is going to allow us to alter the result of single die once, and that gives us a nudge chit, we call it. I'm going to take one of these number 1 chits and put that with my chits when we are under the influence of the nudge. We also have torchbearer to get us through caves. We have thief first, and that is to go find a neutral or enemy and steal crap from them. That's the chapel. We can probably get there. It's a little bit of a haul. We also have diplomat, find goblins, and treasure cast, find the lost city. So I think our druid is just going to out and out head out and try to get to the chapel, get to the ruin, get to the ledges. Like he's going to hang out down here, I feel. So I think for our absolute first move for the druid, he's just going to outright 4 moves. Move, 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 move. And he will end up in the woods right here, Maple Woods 5. And he is safe there if, if he wants to be. He also wouldn't mind popping the wood folk because he can steal from them also. So that's where our druid's going to go. Finally, we have the wizard. I went a little wacky with the wizard. He has Persuade. That's his type 3 spell. He needs to flip that one. He has Lightning Bolt. I don't know if that's even a good outlay for him. What I figure was we can pop some of these purples if we find an interesting one, and then pass Lightning Bolt, and that will sort of take the clunkiness that the wizard has, where he only has one colored chit, and eliminate it to a degree. So for our first week, I gotta shuffle this because do that. So I have events. So we do have 3 events coming out. Let me pull up the saved objects here, and I'll pull up the Magic Realm event bag that I made. Oops. Nope, get back in there. Just grab the whole bag. There we go. And we're going to pop those chits, and that will get rid of the awkward piece pack sort of thing I had to do. If you watch any of these other videos or seen the streams before, there was a lot of, oh, what's this mean? What's this mean? I have a green 2 here and a golden crown and a blood. It's like, now I just made chits with the damn events on them very specifically. So we have 3 events to pull, and we're going to pull the King's Soldiers. We pull a Dead Adventurer. We can roll that one, and then the Fairy Ring. So right off the bat, we have 3 to deal with here. So let me search through that. King's Soldiers will end in 2 weeks. So that ends on the 15th. And what that is effectively is if you bring them certain things, they will give you, do certain things, bring them certain things, and they will give you a little bit of a bonus. Dead Adventure is coming out. So we pull a Dead Adventure tile. And finally, the Fairy Ring. And then the ring will also disappear also in 2 weeks. So let's figure out where this Dead Adventurer goes here. And the Fairy Ring. So we pull 2 dice like that. I have a little chart here that will give me a random clearing for the Dead Adventurer. 5-2 is Crag 2. So our Dead Adventurer is rumored to be up in the crags there. The Fairy Ring appears always in Deepwood 6. And so there you go. And what those events are, if you get there, you can then interact with those. Dead Adventure is pretty easy. You search, you get a treasure. If you pull the body back to a dwelling, you get a victory point. The King's Soldiers is one of the most. So soldiers need your assistance to maintain peace in the realm. During this time, the following actions score you a VP: handing in a medium or heavy weapon, or a piece of light or medium armor, handing in any treasure, killing a member of the Bashkar, Lancers, Woodfolk, or Rogues. There you go. So the Rogues look like fair game. The Sorcerer's like, well, I mean, usually we don't rando kill the Rogues. It's sort of, it's against my role playing. It breaks my immersion. And I've even actually heard people read about sort of that some of the rules just came down to the original designer Richard Hamlin thought, he wanted people to be able to fight the natives, but it became the go-to strategy on day 1 was to team up, kill all the rogues. Everybody loots the shit out of this. that he sort of wanted to take that out of a little bit, not out of the game. He didn't want to take it out, but he wanted to try to reduce that. And so you had some of the rules. Usually, what I say is you can attack an unfriendly or enemy. You can't attack a neutral unless you have a reason to do so. In this case, there's a reason. And also, if you get insulted or challenged, you can take a quest to get retribution on that group, which gives you a reason to go and dink with them. So, phew, well, that's intriguing for sure. And the sorcerer may certainly change his tune. And try. I mean, now I don't even play with any of the like the excuse me, watchful natives or anything like that. I make the game about as easy as it's going to get, and then most of these games then are a race of some sort or another. You can still die; it's not as easy, of course, and then you're racing against the other players. So, all right. Anyway, so we got the events out the door. We do need a day one for the wizard, and the wizard is starting. I had him start at the guard. Um, and that's fine. I think the wizard is going to make a beeline for the fairy ring. That's an easy one for him, and he can resolve that almost immediately. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We will need to hide. So let's do 2 hides, and then we'll move, and then we'll move again, and then oops, we will move again, and we're going to move 1, 2 into Maple Woods 4. So we're going to be safe because all we have is Persuade and Lightning Bolt. I do plan to try to hire a giant, by the way, if I can. So that's it. I think we have day one. I think we are really ready to rock this here a little bit. So we got our events. Everybody has quests. We've got day one moves written. Let us start Misery Bowl 1. My least favorite characters. So first things first, I do think that the swordsman will decide to go first, as he can. So we're going to pick these horses up here, and then we're going to look at these 2 treasures real quick. We're going to flip them. The quick boots is not, 2 boots. These are like a shoe store. The rogues are running a shoe store. Quick boots are nice. They're not quite the rogue's forte. They would allow him to more easily carry medium stuff, which is super good. And then the 7 league boots are super useful because they allow him to carry anything. And they're not fast, so that sucks. But they can carry stuff and open the crypt in the vault. He's going to roll on that. That's $5. He rolls on the friendly table. He does get he rolls 1 die on this, right? So yes, he rolls a single die on trade. That's pretty good. I don't know exactly. I mean, if he gets it for a really low price, he might take it. 6, no deal. So they blow him off. But now he would like to hire, and he can hire 3 times. And let's see if he can get some rogues on his payroll here. 3, price times 2. So for $2, so he starts with 10. For $2, we can get a rogue, and we're going to take rogue 1 or 7, I should say. So that's his first hire roll. 4, price times 3. Yep, we're going to take rogue 6 also. We'll roll again just to see. No, and no deal. So he gets rogue 7 and rogue 6. So 7 and 6. Those are the 2 we usually end up with, frankly. We'll put them right here beside our sheet. And I'm going to mark them. And I do cheat a little bit. So rogue 6 and 7. Because usually you do 14. I give you the extra day. I actually think that it is a little lame that you don't get a full 2 weeks because you have to count this first day. I don't. I just let him go 14 days. Screw it. You get an extra day to hire them back and actually. So we got the 2, and we are done. Oh, we need a monster roll. That would be nice. Doesn't super matter, but it does. So let's, it matters a little bit. So let's roll the monster roll for day 1. 5. It is spiders and imps. No one's going to appear at the inn, but we got spiders and imps out. So there you go. And that was the rogue, and he is first. Next is the wizard, and it's going to be followed by the druid and the sorcerer. So wizard is he's hiding twice, moving to Maplewood 4. So we're going to move him there. Let's roll the hide 2 times. If you recall, only a 6 fails, and he does not fail. So he is hidden, and he finds the large campfire. That is cool. That's going to help him a little bit. And I will just delete that because we don't need it anymore. So there you go. So that helps him a tiny bit, simply because, knowing who can show up there. The bash cars could show up there, for instance. The company. So there you go. Next turn, he will make his move into the deep woods there. The druid is burning 1, 2, 3, 4. So he actually walks onto the large campfire. And he actually doesn't get a choice. Those guys appear at the large campfire with the druid. Now, the druid is allied to the bash cars, so that is very fortuitous for him. So he's happy with that. And what I think he's going to do is he's going to make a decision here. Hold on. I do need to make a decision. Let me unlock this tile and flip it. And 5 would go to. Does he like the guard? Does he hate? He doesn't care about the guard whatsoever. I'm a little bummed that it connects like that. Because I was sort of hoping it connected 5 to 2, in which case that would be a great way to get quickly to the knights. It doesn't. I'm glad we walked down here because we have an ally. I might check the ledges. I should check the borderland. So the druid's gonna try those things tomorrow. Sorcerer is hiding and trading 3 times. So the sorcerer will hide. He does. So let's flip him. He's then going to trade 3 times. And we have boots. We remember there's freaking boots. It's 8 and a 5. I will roll on that 5. He's neutral. He's not going to get it, but we'll roll on it anyway. Maybe we get an opportunity. Oh, it almost actually flipped opportunity. That is no deal. 1. That is trouble, which sort of sucks, actually. And they block and battle him, which just means his day ends. They're not going to battle him. He's hidden. But his day ends. No one shows up at the inn. That is his day. And it was a fairly uneventful day 1, as they tend to be. I think the swordsman hides and heads out to Borderland, where he's going to end up Borderland 1. So the swordsman, come on, there we go. Swordsman can hide once. He's going to move, and move to BL1. He's going to flip the Borderlands for us. The sorcerer, the sorcerer is also, he likes the bash card, so he is also happy to see those dudes. He doesn't hate the rogues. He is neutral with the rogues, but with the soldiers putting a bounty on the rogue's head. Oh, man, I'm thinking that's a quick way to score. The swordsman wouldn't do it. And the druid doesn't have any good way to do it, but the sorcerer has a freaking awesome way to do it. So at the end of day, and this is dangerous, what I'm going to do, and I'll tell you why. Because we have the wizard in play. The wizard he can enchant, as can the druid. And if he goes and enchants all the purple hexes, that's a lot of hexes my sorcerer will not be able to loot if he does this. His typical escape strategy is melt into mist. I didn't take dissolve spell, maybe I should have, but I really wanted to get both of the attack spells. So I think we're gonna do it anyway because it is our. So that night we're gonna cast meld into mist, and that's going to burn. Let's flip that guy. That's going to burn our color, and now we are melted. So we're going to put that there. We cast melt into mist in purple. So we are, as soon as purple appears, we disappear into a cloud of mist. As you can see here, we can only move, hide, or follow. We can use paths and passages and not learn them. You can't be attacked, targeted, but also you can't really attack anyone else. So he ends up like that on day one. So literally sitting in the inn, they're like, "Who the hell is that source of who left a cloud of gas in the inn?" It's an ominous looking cloud of gas. So there you go. So that's sort of where we're at. So that's day one, and I think day two we are going to make plans, and that plan is going to involve essentially nuking the rogues and then getting out of dodge. We're not going to kill all of them. There's almost no way to get all of them, but we will get a couple, and then we can melt into mist and escape. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to hide, and then we're going to alert, and we're going to alert a type 4, and that's going to cast Fiery Blast at ×0, which is going to hit a lot of those dudes and do a lot of damage. So I think the Druid will execute a single trade phase to see what the Bashkars have. And I think then he is going to... Well... Even if he goes to 4... No, because it doesn't hook up. Well, he could... okay. He could enchant it and then unenchant it. And then that's going to get him to here, which is going to get him where he needs to go to the chapel. It's a little shitty. That's a lot of turns doing that shit. We are going to trade. We're going to spell X, which is a wasted phase. We're going to spell, which is going to flip the hex. And then we're going to move to 4. And those are going to be our moves here. And I'm going to... I'm not going to cast Nudge yet. I'm going to cast it in a little bit. I don't need it right now. I mean, it could be useful. Ugh, that's too bad. God damn, I should have cast it last night. I suppose I could retcon it a little bit here. So yeah, so let's cast Nudge. And Nudge is a type 8. So that's one of these. So we're going to fatigue. Well, this technically is... converted chit. No, he just fatigues these. Like that. And then he has to convert it shit. Ugh, okay. Well, that's lame. What idiot made these spells? He's going to convert this shit. So we're going to employ that in magic, and then he gets the nudge shit right there. So that's a little costly for him. Or here, we'll actually do this. There you go. It's converted. Yay. So there you go. So he's cast that, and the reason I did that is on this trade phase, if he can edge that down 1, and let's say he gets something awesome, and he sees it, and maybe he can get it for free. Maybe, or whatever. So it's super unlikely. But that's what he's going to do. He's going to trade, he's going to enchant, and he's going to move, and then he's going to have to actually rest to do it again. The wizard is going to sort of continue his plan here. And that's to get to the fairy ring. So 1, 2, 3, and then he can So he's going to hide and then go 1, 2, 3 into hide and then move, 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 deep woods 6, which is the fairy ring, the Fring. That was the shitty sequel to the ring, by the way. No, it did not do very well. And that persuade actually, I think is less useful than I think it's going to be less useful than I had originally anticipated. So we got day 2s written. Now all we have to do is roll this monster roll die here. We got a 6. That gets us bats. Ugh. I don't love bats ever. We're going to delete that one. Delete that one. There we go. So we just have the visitors out because we just actually deleted an accidental thing there. We'll take this die. We'll shrink it down a little bit. And we're on bats. I do think that the swordsman is going to play ancient scrolls, which just allows him to get he's going to get a buddy out here. So he's going to take the warlock and put him out at a dwelling. 4, that happens to be the inn. So that's cool in case he does find anything useful. The warlock is sitting at the inn. So there you go. So I think we have day 2s. We have a monster roll. Swordsman will go first just to do it. And he is, I think, heading out, right? Yep, he hides and he heads out and about. So 1, 2, 3 is where he's going to end up. Does he hide? 2. So he is hidden at the end of that. And he flips these. So it's smoke and roar 4. So it looks like we got dragons potentially and trolls. Smoke C is going to be dragons. Roar 4 is going to be trolls, I believe. Maybe a dragon? Might be dragon. Let's see. Dragon. Roar Cave, dragon. Okay. On a 1. So 1s and 4s are bad. I think. Is roar? Yes. 1s and 4s, not ideal. But 6s don't draw anything, so that's it. And we've cleared this tile out. We know that it's not really that useful for us. Druid. Druid's going to trade. So he's going to take a quick look at the Bashkar's stuff. Just move their horses there. Oops, there we go. And then we're going to draw these cards and take a quick look. Beast Pipes, 1 spell of type 8. So that is at least of interest. The Potion of Energy is not. Well, don't care. Do not care. We'll roll on the Beast Pipes. It's $8 though, so not a ton of chance that we get that bad boy. We do have the Nudge Chit just in case. We are allied with them too, so you never know. 5, which could be a 4. That's not. We're not getting that for that price. And we're not doing any more here either. So we're going to spell X and spell, and then we're going to fatigue that magic. We're going to pair these 2 chits, fatigue that magic, and this is going to flip. And the druid is done with his day. It is the wizard's turn next. What the hell did the wizard want to do here? Because I think he just got waylaid a little bit. So we're going to move to Deepwood 6, but I don't think, yeah, so that's not even a thing. So we can hide because he hid. I think the rest of his moves are invalid. Yeah, because he was going to move to 2, and then 1, and then into the fairy ring. So a little bit of inadvertent PvP on the druid's part. He just wasted the wizard's day. The sorcerer hides 3 times, so he's unhidden right now. He do be roaming, yes. Yes, he is. Hey, John, what's up? How are you? Oops, let's actually roll these dice instead of just flipping them. Sorcerer is going to hide 3 times. So the Sorcerer hides. Remember, the Sorcerer has Meld into Mist cast. It is active. And then he's going to alert, because he indeed has reason to nuke the rogues. They are... So he's going to alert a type 4. That's this guy. So we're going to put that right there on top and just edge it a little bit. That's a ×0 chit now. There you go. Oh, hey. You are, that's a late dinner, man. So, it looks like the sorcerer's the only one that has anything going on today. Oh, well, there you go. So here's the situation. We are currently hidden. We do play with the ambush rules in effect, so he'll be able to cast without, at least once, with no retribution. He doesn't need to run away. He has Melt into Mist. So he's going to burn one of these purples to nuke this crew, and he's going to burn another purple to then disappear once they catch on to him, effectively. is sort of how it goes. They're going to be super unhappy with him. So he's not really going to be able to use this as a base of operations here in the future. But the Bashkars have showed up, so rock on. So I'm not going to put any of these on his sheet. What we're going to do, so in the encounter step, the sorcerer casts Fiery Blast. It is an alerted Fiery Blast, so it is ×0. So it's going to hit everybody here. Now, the main issue that we have as the sorcerer is we're very heavily reliant on Fiery Blast, but we suck at shooting things, so that's a problem. Fiery Blast does light 3-star, so as you can see here with my newly made little spell cards. So that's light, medium, heavy, tremendous. These guys, so this dude is armored and medium, so he's going to rip one of those stars right off. So it's going to be heavy damage. We have to roll a 4 or less to kill him on 2 dice. The highest die can be a 4. So let's do that. So first guy, Swordsman, is a 5. He lives, so we'll put him in the live pile. This guy's a little easier to kill. He only requires a 5 or less. A 6 is not going to kill anybody. 5, he is dead. We'll put him in the dead pile. The medium assassin, he is also an easy kill. 5 will kill him, and it does. Another assassin, 5 or less. 5, that's a kill of a medium guy. These guys are heavy, so they're going to take a 4 or less on the sorcerers. Oh, he's dead. And then finally, this guy, he is alive. So 2 lives, 4 dead. Is the sorcerer is unhidden. So he, does the thing, does the sparky finger, the whole inn is up in a conflagration of smoke and flame. And as foolish as this is for our poor wizard, I typically, when I do those mass attacks, I order them from top to bottom in the stack, just to and so these guys are going to target him now. They're on his sheet. So that's not going to matter much. But there you go. So with the wizard, the sorcerer round 2 then is going to fatigue, and he melts into mist and disappears. And that is it. He has nuked most of the rogues. The rogues hate him now. So they are his sworn enemy now. He is going to net 2, 3, 7, 8 gold. So we're going to give him 8 gold there. So he starts with 10. He gets 8 for killing a bunch of dudes. He also gets 4. That's 4. That's 8 notoriety. Oh, that's a good one. 18. That is 26 notoriety. That's another 8. That is 34 notoriety. So that's why everybody does that all the time. So he gets 34 notoriety out there, and we put these guys in the dead pool. And he is going to score a victory point because he killed one of the soldiers' targets. Um, and there you go. That's his day. And yeah, that is way too obviously good a strategy. Every day people would do that every game. So it is what it is. Um, like I said, what I typically do is I sort of make you have a casus belli to do that a cause. In this case, the cause is that the king's soldiers are given cash, are giving a renown to anyone that kills the bad guys. In which case, that was the rogues. So let's see what day 3 holds. How do you feel about the Bashkars? We don't care about the Bashkars as the swordsman. What we do care about, though, is getting to the damn ghosts. Where are these ghosts? These ghosts are up here. I think we're going to do that. I think we are going to. We can get a VP killing ghosts. So, and since I know that there's dragons pretty much only here, and dragons are going to be slow, we're just going to walk. We're going to go 6-3 into the cave and out. We're going to move and then move BL3. And the reason we don't, okay. With the caveat that now we have boys. And that's going to suck because we're going to, if we do draw a dragon, these guys are going to like be sent to their death. I don't like that either, though. Because none of these guys can kill a heavy armored dude. Swordsman can't right now. These guys can't. We can run from them, so we can sort of walk around with impunity. But we can't do that we can't do that as much if we have the rogues. Let's see if taking one day makes that better. We're just gonna bolt through and hope for the best, and then the next day we can make it through. And I hope we don't lose those guys, but we'll see. Sorcerer cannot stay in where he's at. he's like, well, I think I'm gonna go now. I'll see you guys. Hey, thank you. Thanks for the pudding or whatever. He's gonna walk out into the woods. So he does. First thing he does is a move into the oak woods, I think. 2. And he's going to rest 2 times. He's going to do his free spell X phase and then a spell phase. So he's going to pull 2 of these chits back and then flip one of them, hoping that this doesn't pull anything, really, if I'm to be honest. If it does, we got to melt into mist again, which makes that resting a little bit of a day 3. So this is awkward. I got both the wizard wants to get here and the druid wants to get here. Let's see. The wizard would love to locate the cairn. He could have checked the borderlands, but the simple fact of the matter is, I do also need to note that the swordsman has got into Borderlands 1. So I'm going to, and that's, we wrote our move, so that's good. Explore Borderlands, and then I note he's got 1 and 3 already done. So that's a good, should have 1 and 3 done. And 6, technically. That's if he completes his move here. 1, 3, and 6 he will have done by the end of today. So mostly it just comes down to is the wizard going to, so you could sort of dink with the druid um and try to unenchant the thing and then move, or he could wait for the goddamn druid. But you know what? Um, he's trying to win this game also, frankly, to be quite honest with you. Um, and I'm a little salty that I took Persuade and Lightning Bolts. It's not ideal. I was just playing around. I'm like, well, let's play around a little bit. So what I'm going to do is he's going to, now the wizard is, we use as many optional rules for him as possible to zhuzh him up a little bit. And one of those rules is he does not have to burn a spell phase, an enchant phase, to then enchant. He can just go straight to the good stuff. So he's going to enchant, which will flip the hex potentially. If he goes first, he's going to flip the hex. Then he's going to move to 2, and then 1. So flip the hex, move to 2, hide, and then move in. Flip the hex, move to 2, hide, move Deep Woods 1, and that's his recorded move. The druid can't, well, the druid really, really could use to rest up. So there's something there. And so he's going to rest. That'll bring his 2 things back. He will burn a spell phase and then a spell to flip, and he'll get some gray magic. So it really isn't a race. That nudge shit actually harmed him a little bit. So it is day 3. Everyone has day 3 written. It is giants and trolls. Oh, that's a problem for the swordsman, pretty much. So, well, maybe not as bad. So let's see who goes first. The swordsman will go first, and he goes here and here. That was his move. Now we have a roar 4. Roar 4 is going to bring the 2 heavies, but since it's in 4, well, that's okay. They're going to just show right there and be done. And so the swordsman is done with his turn. Wizard goes. Wizard is going to flip this tile. He's 4, sorry. Wizard's going to flip the tile. He has gold and purple, so he doesn't need the gray. So he's going to fatigue that color magic right there. That's going to flip the tile back. A little bit of a... And then he moves. He's going to hide now. He does, and he moves into there. A little bit of a dick move to the druid, but, it's the druid. If the players don't take with him, who else is going to? And the Lost Castle appears. Lost Castle is always in 1. So we are sitting on it. We do not have the Lost Castle. We don't have to find it for anything. But that does mean a lot of shit shows up. So let's see what appears. Howl 5 is nothing today. Statue in 2. Put the bones right there. Cairns 5. At her 5. Oof, that is quite the little clearing there. And altar in 1. Okay. Bones is going to bring something. It's going to bring that guy. The Tremendous Troll. Right on top of the wizard. This is where you should have taken sleep, because that's what sleep is for, those guys. But we're hidden, so we don't actually have to deal with him right now. And that is a sweet sight. There are three treasure sites there. So that is definitely a sweet spot in terms of grabbing some stuff. Let's see what the druid ends up with here. So the druid needs to rest twice. So he's going to bring 2 of these back, and then he's going to flip one of them. So now he has gray magic to make this again. And the sorcerer moves here. He's going to rest 2 times to bring these 2 chits back into play. He then flips one of them, and then I don't think anything happens, but let's see what it is. It is Bones W, which is ogres. He have no. Strangely enough, the wizard does have ogres. He could go hire those guys, which is sort of funny. That is it for day 3, with the caveat that he can't fight this guy, so he's not going to actually do anything. He needs to get up into the mountains, which, strangely enough, he's a little remote. So, okay, well, here we are. That's what we took. I'm not super feeling it, but that's where we're at. So, let's see where day 4 leads us here. So the swordsman heard the trolls behind him. He's escaped. He can make 2 moves. He's going to hide twice. So hide, move. He's going to move to the ghost, and he's going to try to fulfill Ghost Hunter. And there you go. He is ready to roll. The sorcerer has certainly rested up a bit. He has no treasures from his outing. I mean, he could certainly go in and do it again and try to shoot those guys. And that's great. Looting the treasure would be nice, simply because he could then run it down to his buddies, the bash cards, sell it, see what they had to sell, and so on. No, think about that. But his chances aren't great, right? They're 4 or less for each of these dudes. So the chance of him getting 2 of them actually is starting to drop way below what I would consider a sure thing. Like, killing one guy in that stack is a sure thing. There's a bunch of mediums. They're easy rolls. 2 4 or lesses is not a sure thing by any stretch. And that's going to waste a couple days. So I think he might just be happy with sort of what he's ended up with there, which is some cash. I suppose he could hire the host of bash cars. I don't actually love the bash cars in terms of their ability to change the game. Some of these native groups change the game. The bash cars sort of I mean, they're dudes, they're extra dudes, so they're certainly helpful, but I think all their attacks are like 2s, like light stars. So I mean, that does not impress me. Well, we do have a couple M stars, so I take that back. So that's good. And it would cost 12 to hire them. Yeah. So, I think we're just going to hold up. So, what is the sorcerer going to do then? Really, is the question. I think he's going to hide and move into the high pass. Hide, move into the high pass. I think it's 2, but I'm not 100% certain. We're just going to roll with that. The third guy, the druid. Oh, druid. We are going to X spell X and spell, and that'll bring this chit back. Or no, I'm sorry, flip one of these. We are then going to spell again. We're going to flip the hex itself again. And then that's going to allow us to go to, I think, 4, right? Or yeah, 4. And then we're going to move into 4. Done. And then finally, our wizard needs to get out of dodge. So he's going to move into Deepwood 6. And that's the fairy ring. And then I'm going to see what his options are for the fairy ring. Because I believe that he might, enchanting is one of his options. Does have to be a little bit careful. He is not. So, the fairy ring is a source of gold magic. That's good, actually, as long as it's in play. Any character entering the clearing may perform one of these actions. Enchant the deep wood using any color except black or white. You get a VP and a fairy companion, and the ring remains. Oh, and the ring goes in 1 week. I'm sorry, that's my fault. So let me go actually here. The ring is a very, very temporal kind of thing. The King's Soldiers, the quest from the soldiers lasts the full 2 weeks. So he's going to move to Deepwood 6. He could enchant this thing with a phase. First, though, he will, let's just say he's going to hide twice. And the reason he's going to hide twice, you don't want to get gutted by the horde of creatures which can appear. Nothing's going to appear in there, so that's good. But you could get bats. That would suck, by the way. So, and then I think he's going to spell because he has a ritual. He's got gold magic. He could just enchant the thing and be done. And score a point almost instantly. That's a cheap, cheap point for him. So I think that is his move, and I think we are written all the way through day 4. Yes, we are written through day 4. So let's make a monster roll and see what appears. It is 5. No bats. I was hoping no bats. We got some spiders coming, so that's good. Swordsman is going to go first. He hides twice along with his guys. He succeeds. He heads in to fight the ghosts. Done. So he's got a combat coming up. The druid, spell X's and spells to flip that. And then he's going to fatigue it instantly to flip the damn tile because somebody flipped it on him. And then he moves to 4 and he is done. And now this is producing gold magic, so that's good. And that's the druid's move. The wizard moves. He's going to hide. He does. And then he's going to flip the tile using a gold, which he doesn't have to fatigue anything is the nice part. Where, wizard. Because the gold magic's being produced there. You fatigue the color. But the color's coming from the place itself. So that is sort of cool. So he's going to enchant. Oh, I don't like enchanting the deep woods in Tabletop Simulator. That is true. Let me see. Do I feel like making a? I'm sure we were supposed to enchant the deep woods using any color magic except black or white. In theory, we're supposed to flip the damn tile. That's fine. I just have to grab everything and sort of put it together. So 2. Oops. Whoa. Hey. These guys go on 1. That's the fairy ring goes in 6. We know that. As does the wizard, by the way. So let's flip this. So these are all in 5. These are in 1. Shrine is in 2. The fairy ring comes to an exit, which is sort of cool. But we get both patter 5 and the cairn, I believe. So let's take a quick look at that. Yep, patter 5 and the cairn both right there. And the statue. So yeah, this tile did become clunky all of a sudden. Everything showed up. But we have enchanted the fairy ring with magic. Deep Woods, color magic, black, white. We get a VP. So we're going to score a VP right there. And we're going to get a... I should have made this as I was making chits today, but I did not. So sorry about that. Let me grab one of these. And what I'll do is I will grab a sparrow, right? Sparrow is pretty much exactly what the fairy companion is, because you also get a fairy companion with this. So he enchanted the ring. The F ring. So he gains, let's zoom in. I wish you could up the font. Gains a farrier companion. Fairy companion is a light creature, and it pretty much has just a defense. It cannot attack. It is essentially the sparrow. And so that's cool. That gives him a defense. He could throw that to the enemy if he gets jumped by a single dude. So that is good. Now the fairy ring remains because he just enchanted it. So there you go. What's the ring guardian? Heavy monster with he cannot do heavy damage. So that's out. He could step through by wounding 2 chits. Teleported to a random hex and clearing. He does score a VP. So he could also, although... No, he cannot do that. He can step through, but he's not going to score again. But he could step through and be teleported away. That's just something he's going to have to decide whether that's actually a valid thing for him to do or not. So, but now we're up to the sorcerer. Took a long time talking here. The sorcerer is going to hide. He doesn't have to hide. He has Melt into Mist. He can run from anything. In the essence of saving those purples, we do tend to hide. That's Howl, which is going to be bats, and Bones, which is going to be trolls. I think. No, giants. But that stinks because that is another worthless tile there for our sorcerer. I mean, at the very least, he would like to find a spider because he needs to kill a spider. But they're down here. Oh, okay. I mean, he could 1, 2, 3, 1. Right? He could make a long trek and try to get down here. Right now, really, the only treasure is literally down here. So this is the only place we found treasure. So there you go. A little bit of a quiet, not quiet. This is actually pretty nutty down here, but how do I feel about all that? I am not sure the wizard necessarily. He has to locate the cairn, though. That is one of his things. He does not have a good answer to spiders. He doesn't have a good answer to the woods. He really needs to go to the mountains. We've already determined that mountain sucks. Nothing down there. The only other mountain clearings are here. The cliff might be valuable to him. The ledges. They don't like lightning bolt. Not going to take it again. But whatever. All right. So what I do need to do real quick is I need to BRB here in about 5 minutes. I had to hit the restroom. So I will be back. It is going to be day 5 when we return. We'll do a quick recap. All righty. I do appreciate your waiting. And there we go. We are back. So yes, it is. What are we starting? We're starting day 5, I believe, right? So it is day 5. I have not yet totaled scores up, so I think we'll actually wait for the end of the week to do that. and just see where everybody's at the end of the week. Oh, we have a battle actually. So there you go. So even better, at the end of day 4, we have a fight. So these boys are going to fight right there with the ghosts. And so what I'll do is I'll grab 2 companion combat cards for our guys here. Lock them down. So let's take a quick look at these. Why am I generally bullish on this fight? So you'll see the rogues on this side. They do light 3 attacks, which undercuts the move, the blue. So you'll see we're always comparing our red number to their blue number and their red number to our blue number. He doesn't undercut us. That's good. So that doesn't mean that means he does not auto hit us, but we undercut him and auto hit him. Ghosts are medium. We do light star, which is medium damage. So this on this side, he lures him. This should be an auto kill here. Unless he flips, it's not an auto kill, but he can only do light damage back to the rogue, and light damage will do nothing to the rogue because on hirelings you have to kill them or they're uninjured. There's no wounding, there's no half, whatever. And so what we're gonna do, just in case one of those bad boys flips, so we're gonna use this chit to flip the thrusting sword over to its slightly better side. We'll do that and just add an attack to one of these guys. So there you go. So we will help out with that attack. So let's figure out where this first universe goes here. And first thing we do is roll a die and consult this chart to figure out where the ghost goes. We roll the die and 1. He stays right there lined up. That's what the dot means. These 2 boxes would flip. There's a 1, and you just look, there's a statistical 1/3 chance he ends up in any box, by the way. That's pretty much. Does he flip? Doesn't matter at this point, by the way. He does not flip. So what happens is on round 1 of combat, the longest weapon goes first. His sword is greater than his tooth and claw, 0. He hits first, does medium damage, and kills that guy. Done. Down here now. Down here, we roll to see where this dude goes. 2. So 2 goes. This guy flips down to there. We roll to see if he flips over. He does not flip over. And so what happens? Well, longest weapon goes first. These would be a tie, by the way. They both go at the same time. They're both going to hit because they undercut his 4. Now, if he flips, everybody misses. He doesn't flip, and indeed, he is killed by somebody. We don't know who actually dealt the killing blow. It is very Kennedy conspiracy theory. We don't know if there was a second swordsman, sir. There were actually 3 swordsman jokes on you. We get 2 plus 4 is 6 notoriety. And we turn in Ghost Hunter. So what Ghost Hunter is you get a VP. So we're going to record 1. We record that under fame on this sheet. And then we can, if we return to the chapel, go to chapel for Ghost Hunter title or white source. So they will give us one of 2 things. The simple fact of the matter is the swordsman barely cares about either of those things, frankly. So we're probably going to not bother. I do need to check and see how much of the Borderlands. So he did Borderlands 2 also. So he is 4 of 6 to completing Explore the Borderlands. So he just wants to get those 2 things out real quick. We'll put the ghost there. I think that's it for fights. Really, 5 is going to be the little bit of the disaster here. Getting 4 and 5. Because there's a hidden passage between them, and there's trolls sort of blocking the way that we can't kill, and so that's a little bit of an issue. So we'll see what happens here in a minute. Does anybody else have anything going tonight? I don't think we do. The wizard needs to figure out whether he's going to wound 2 chits and step through. I don't think that actually helps him much. You know, unless he just happened to magically end up here, but I don't think that's unlikely. So we're just going to sit tight here, keep our VP, and sit on that. The swordsman gets a windfall potentially. So windfall is end of day in a dwelling, get $5. Done. So that's cool, and he could use that $5. I would love to kick Explore the Borderlands, though. Love it. This is a crap hex right here, simply because it takes your entire move to get out up there from a cave. That's not good. Not good placement script. I should have vetoed that. So let's see what everybody's going to do on day 5. I'm talking a lot. Not getting much done. I apologize. It's been an hour and 11 minutes. I have 4 days through. So we can't just walk in there unless we're willing to have a rogue die. I'd really rather not have a rogue die. They are so helpful to the swordsman. I think what I need to do now that this guy is out and about, I need to be a little bit more careful with my moves. I could go here. I think I'm going to go hide twice and go to Borderlands 3 again. Hide, and then move BL3. I think that's where I want to go. So I'm going to go here. The next move will be a hide down to 5. Then we have to find this passage, and then figure out how to get through this little deathy place there. So it's going to take us probably a couple days, which is one of the problems with that map, the Borderlands. We'll see how it goes. The sorcerer moved into the high pass and then was immediately bummed out by what the hell it had. So good to note. He could go to the bash cars. I know they have beast pipes and something else, which he's not interested in, unfortunately. But you know, he theoretically doesn't know it. But I'm not going to waste phases deliberately. I do want to get down to the cairn. I really do want to. So this is a day. This is 2 days. You know, this is potentially 3 days, and so on. So a little shitty. One, two, three, 4. That's a day. Enchanting, this is one. Like, this is a day. So you're still 3 days. So it barely matters. Oh, one thing I think. Ooh, that's a good point too. It's a little wasteful, maybe. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We are going to rest once. We're going to use our extra spell X and then a real spell X. So that's 2 that we've used. And then we're going to move and move. And the move gets us just 1 one into here, right? So it gets us to 4. So not the fastest move, but it's going to help us out. You'll see why in a minute. So now it's the third dude's turn, which is our druid. Our druid is going to he's going to rest. No, he's going to rest. Going to X spell X. Spell, so that's two moves. He's going to spell again to probably flip that hex. And that will finally allow him to go to 2. Oh, he doesn't get an X spell X. So that's the problem with the druid, right? So there you go. So actually what we're going to do is we're just going to spell X. Spell. That flips the tile. We've rested once. Then we have to move to make this all sort of worthwhile. A little lame, but we'll make do with that. The wizard, he has the hardest. He's really got the hardest decision right now, if I'm to be honest. What is he? He has gray, which he doesn't use for anything. He has his fairy companion, which I am. Now he can move through any of these paths, so he does have a little bit of an advantage here. So he could do. His gray source. He has a gray source. He has locate the cairn. He has lucky day. So I mean, I think what he's going to do is he's going to hide twice and move into the, because he can move across these paths. Going to hide twice and move into the cairn. So hide, move into the cairn. And we're going to bank on lucky day to keep us safe. And I am regretting my spell choice as the wizard. I made bad decisions. And the answer is don't putz around with the wizard. The wizard's already too close to being shitty. So it's day 5. Everybody has a day 5 written. Let's roll it. It is frickin' spiders. Oops, sorry. By that I mean frickin' spiders. It's spiders, honest. I already rolled it. Ugh, okay, well that's great. The swordsman will indeed go first. He's hiding twice and going to Borderland 3. So he's going to end up there. He fails his first hide. It's not going to matter, by the way. He succeeds at his second hide, but it doesn't really matter. He's done. The wizard is going to hide, move. So let's see if those 2 hides work for him. They do. So he is there. In the meantime, he actually draws another flippin' spider because patter. So now we have 3 spiders on this place, and the sorcerer is like wondering, what the hell do I need to do to actually get the hell down there? The druid is resting at Chit. He does. He is going to flip this one. He does. To pop that, then he moves there. And he is, shit. There we go. There you go. That was his entire move, locking himself out of it. He rests the Chit, pulls it back. He is going to ritualistically enchant the tile. And the reason why our sorcerer would do this, because enchanting tiles is not what he wants to typically have done to him right now. But he is immediately missed. Every time he's in this tile, he is missed. Now, that could backfire hideously on him. If quest objectives appear there, that could be an issue. Because he can't turn it back. But there you go. He is now missed. He can do this with impunity. He can walk in here with impunity. And that's what I figured I'd do, because then he can just move, and not burn any of his purples, and so on. And when he gets to here, he will rest up fully to be ready to fight, essentially. So I think that was day 5. The only thing we had to decide is, what's the wizard going to do? I think the answer is he's going to sit there and do nothing today. Oh, and this guy is roaming. I'm sorry, the imp is roaming. So we literally have everything there. So swordsman has to get 5 and 4. 5 and 4 are the last two. He will have completed then the Borderlands. He is going to hide and then move into 5. And that is his day. The sorcerer needs to get out of dodge a little bit. So he will move into 5. And that's good. He doesn't have to do jack. He can just walk with no concerns, because he has none. The druid could use some magic someday, but he is going to move, search in the ruin. The druid can walk with impunity because he doesn't turn over chits if he doesn't want to. So he's going to go to 1. So move, ruins 1. Search, and he's going to try to find that secret path. He is done. And then our wizard is going to hide. If he fails, he's going to lucky it. Lucky. And then he's going to search again. And if he blows it twice, I think he's done. I don't think he survives that, actually. But, we'll see. I think he'll be okay. So that is day 5. Day 6 is coming. We got a dragon. All the dragons appear on day 6. That is not great for our guy here, who's hiding. He blows it, which sucks. He moves into 5. He's going to instantly get he's going to instantly drag both of these, I'm pretty sure. Let's take a quick look. Yes, he's going to get roar. Well, smoke is first. So let's take a quick look. Smoke is first. So that's here. And then roar is second. So first is smoke. That is that guy, one guy. And then this is roar down here. So stinks. But that's where we're at. Still can't kill that dude. Do we have anything that gets us out of that? We don't. We're just going to have to figure out who dies, effectively, I think. It is the druid's turn. The druid moves and moves. He's going to then peer twice. He needs a 3, 2, or 1. He does get it, so he gets 1, 5 ruins. So that's cool. Let's mark off ruins 1, 5. He will peer again. Maybe he gets. It doesn't really matter at this. He'll locate. Doesn't find anything. He gets ruins and the lost city. Ooh, someone cares about the lost city. The druid cares about the lost city. The lost city is in 3. Ruins pulls goblins on a 3. In the meantime, this could be good for the druid. Let's see what it is. Slither 6. That is not good for anyone. Layer 3. Patter 2. Flutter 2. And Flutter 1. The druid is just going to choose to not turn any of that shit over. He is safe for the time being. And he has this. So he is going to score here pretty well in the next couple of turns. That is cool for him. That's the druid. The wizard hides. And this is critical. We start the day unhidden. He is hidden now. And he searches 3 times. He doesn't have to use lucky. He's trying to locate the cairn. First search is a fail. That's 1. Second search is a fail. That's a 2. His third search is also a failure. What shows up in this? Nothing. Dragons are one of the good rolls. Perfect. Done. The sorcerer moves and moves, and nothing appears, and he is done. Let's take a quick look at what this looks like here. So nothing that he can do is going to... So what we're going to do is we're going to flip this guy like that, and he's going to lure him. The swordsman is going to... Oof. Swordsman's going to run out of the tile, because when he runs out of here, he is now in daylight, and he gets 4 moves, and so he can come around here. So that's what he's going to do. He's running no matter what. What he is hoping for is he is hoping that his 2 boys actually survive this fight just by running the clock out. So in 2 rounds, if this guy links up, he's going to kill him and then kill the other one probably too. So round 1 is a 3. These 2 switch. Does the dragon flip? It doesn't matter, but we'll do it anyway. That's round 1. Done. Round 2, we're looking for no 1s and no 4s. 4, he kills them. That's it. Does he flip? Just for correctness' sake? No. He goes there. On a 1 or a 4, he kills them. 3, nope, he goes there. Does he flip? Yeah. Okay. On a 1 or a 4, he kills them. 3, he doesn't. So, that combat ends. These 2 guys are there, I think, still. He is dead. We lose the 2 notoriety for getting our guys killed. Our guy killed. The other guy's still alive. We can go back and pick him up again at some point. I'll have to check up on the rules for that, but we are there. No other fights are forthcoming. It's a weirdly quiet few days here. So the swordsman's going to run out to 3, to 2. Oh, it's day 7. So he wants to end up in Pine Woods. So he's just going to move, and move again to Pine Woods. And he is done. And he's going to figure out what to do to try to pop that last tile. The sorcerer, 1, 2, and 3. He can be pretty pretty ballsy with his. But I do need to start getting back. So he needs to move. So he's going to get out. But I think he's going to end up in the valley today. So he wants to go 1 and 2 to 4. 1 and 2. And he's going to be in the valley in 4. So he's there. He is going to he's going to spell X. So for free, he's going to spell and spell again. He's going to turn 2 more and he will start resting. He will rest again, maybe tomorrow once. And that puts him in a good position to then go in, with a little bit of impunity there. His goal is to kill a spider. So he can luck out maybe. Strangely enough, he could get cursed and then flee and then go here and get it undone. And that would actually be a good thing for him. So maybe he will try that too. 3, this is our druid. And the druid has found this. So he's going to move to the lair. So there's white and black magic in every clearing. He's going to move into the lair. And then he's going to search twice. And the reason he's going to do that instead of moving forward to get his is he figures he has to at least pop this thing. Because I think the druid wants to locate. Yeah, he wants to locate the lost city also. So this is a win-win for him. So if he rolls a locate, he's going to get a victory point. Find the lair. Like everything about that is good. We are going to repeat our move. H, lucky maybe. So he gets 2 shots. It is a 90% chance that he succeeds. And then he's going to search. And if he can just pop that cairn, he's good to go. Let's see what the monster roll brings for day 7. Now, there's a couple things going on. One thing is everything we roll goes off the board, and it did nothing. And then I always roll again to resurrect more creatures. 4, giants and trolls. So, no trolls have been killed. But that is going to pop these 2 Yutzes off the board. So these guys res effectively, right? And they come off the board. And then we will bring them back later. And the reason I do that, I roll twice, is because there's a point past which we start really depleting the monsters over time. And I like to keep as many of my monsters up and running as possible. So that is, we're going to pop it again anyway because of bones. So that ain't great, but we'll live with that. So 3 is prowling, and the 4s came up off the board, and we are done, I believe. Who? Are the Bashkars purple in this? Yeah, so the Bashkars and the Rogues are tied. They're okay. They're tied together. So, and the ghosts come back. So we got to keep that in mind too on this day. That could matter for our swordsman. In fact, and he should know that. So we're not going to. We have to be a little more circumspect in our move. So I'm sorry, I'm going to retcon that. So he's going to go move, hide, move. So he's not going to be able to. He's going to actually end up in the ghosts again. Move, hide, move, ghosts. Done. Because he would have known. He would have known day 7 is going to do that. That was a bad mistake on my part. So he'll go first. He moves and moves. He's going to hide. We need this to work. He does. And then he moves in there. And he will deal with them tonight. The wizard has to hide. That is super important. He does. He's going to locate 3 times. First, 3, nothing. Second, 3, also nothing. Why is the 3? 4. No, the number is, oh god. Nothing. And trolls appear because the game is in caves, though. Mountains, it's a giant. Oh, good to know. Good to know. We probably screwed that up before. That's odd because we could cast Persuade. That would be super fun. I don't think that giant can actually do what we need it to do. Strangely enough, nothing can kill him until it flips. But boy, once they flip, it's all over for that guy. Plus, I don't know how we're going to get trades and stuff going. Anyway, giants and trolls pop right there. Boom, giants show up in the hex along with the rest of the entire board of monsters. The druid moves. He's going to search 2 times. He's trying to locate. So 4, nope. 4 or 1. 4. Bam. He locates everything in there. So let's give him. He finds the lair. He finds the lost city. So first thing, we are going to pop treasure cache. Treasure cache gives him a VP. So his first score. And he's going to pick up a large treasure with that as well. So we sort of made some, I tried to make a little bit of a, so we're going to shuffle this deck. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. And we're going to take the top card, pretty much. It is the golden icon. He cannot possibly carry this thing. It is a tremendous 100 gold worth item. He has to abandon it in the damn clearing. And he is... Oh, that's his treasure from the damn lost city. God damn it. Okay, well, that's the day for him. Nothing's going to appear because he just flips it all back over. Ruins would have drawn goblins. Does he care about goblins? The druid actually does care about goblins. So he is not going to turn these down. He is going to he is going to allow these two to go. So Ruins is going to bring the Axe Goblins to him. So they charge up. And Patter 2 is going to bring the Spear Goblins. Like all of them. Not just one, but the Spear Goblins. All the Spear Goblins. And then he's going to play Diplomat. And Diplomat is going to allow him to effectively disperse these goblins and keep one of them as a follower. So, I mean, there was a little bit of futzing with that because he essentially did get a group of goblins on the board. They could prowl and they could jump him now, but it's worth the VP. So I'm going to put 2 VP there because he scored 2 and he has a goblin fall. So that is cool for him. It's a cool day for the druid. Finding the golden icon's a little bit of a... we're going to move twice as the sorcerer. It's a little bit of a crap move there on the game's part, but the game is about crap moves. We're going to flip these 2 chits. That is our day. And we do have to deal with the ghosts. And so now we have one guy to... our guy's not here. Shit. Okay, so we have to make a quick call how we're going to do this. Oof. Okay. The ghosts, we are hidden. Ghosts are not on our sheet. So we are going to take this ghost here. We're going to ready our saber. That is now. If this guy flips, though, we are sort of doomed. Well, we can still fight. It's going to actually be a non-trivial fight. So let's see. We're going to do it though. What the hell? The swordsman's feeling a little bit crappy that he got his guy killed, so he's going to go for it. He's a little suicidal, the swordsman. Let's roll it. Where does he end up? 3. So he ends up there. Does he flip? And we are hoping for a no answer, and he does not flip. So we ambush this guy. We leap out with a ready thrusting sword at a time 3. This dude is killed. Now, this guy's on my sheet. He knows I'm there. I have to play a move. So, thrusting swords goes to a non-readied time. We're going to play a move 2 and an L4 this round. See where this goes. Because we're hoping this guy can't flip. If he flips, we're in trouble. If he doesn't flip, we're hoping he sort of stays there. So we're going in defensive. 6. He moves down here. Does he flip? And if he'd have flipped and we didn't play what we did, we would have died. He didn't flip. We should have played the other way. There's only a 30% chance of them flipping both. So, no one hits. We had to fatigue a move. We're going to fatigue that one. Our weapon does go to its ready side. So now we can change up, I think, our... no. So we could play the fight L3. We're going to play a... Ooh. So if we play a fight L2, he will hit us. If we don't kill him. We would also have to play a fight L2. But we can only line up on him and damage him, and he could kill us from anywhere. So we actually have to play this a little bit wary, and we're just going to go with that and go with the 33% chance. We're white knighting this guy. 3. That ain't good. 3 stays the same. He goes there. Does he flip? He's going to know. He's going to taunt me the whole time. He doesn't flip. We'd have killed him twice over by now. We're going to pull that shit. Next round. Oops. 1. He stays right there. He flips now. He goes. Now see, that's crappy because then he goes first and kills it. Like, this is a bad fight all around, doesn't it? He actually is going to gut the swordsman. In this super clunky case, because, yeah, on his flip side, that ghost eats the swordsman. Oh, jeez. Well, I suppose that was my fault for engaging in any fight that you could lose without, any fight you could lose without and that's one where maybe you shouldn't do that fight. I do want to look up. Well, no, I'll look it up later. So yeah, swordsman is dead. If we're playing with serious wounds, which we don't typically, he would have to wound 2 chits and then he would kill the guy. Am I ruling that? Sure, we'll do it for it's the finale, so we're gonna let him go there. He gets wounded, so serious wounds is an optional rule. It does make the game quite a bit easier on some of these light things. What happens if you take a light? If he takes medium or up, he is dead. But light, if he takes exactly his threshold, he rolls dice. We do a magic realm roll. That's a 6, so he would have wounded 6. In this case, we rolled a 2 and a 1. We rolled a 2 and a 1. Oops, like that. And so he took 2 wounds. We wound 2 chits. And actually, we're going to wound that and that. but then his attack goes through and he kills the ghost. So we're gonna go with that. That's, it's a little cheesy, and we didn't play with that all the way through. But like I said, in this case, um, since it's the last of the 16 tournament, I think I'm gonna let that slide in the interest of keeping everyone up and about. So let's quickly look at the end of first week. Now we can't do obviously Ghost Hunter again. That's not happening. But clearing those ghosts out does net him a little bit of notoriety. So let's take a look at scores, and I'll be flipping around behind the scenes to check on the scores here. But let me tabulate the scores. So the swordsman has scored 1 point on cards. He has 10 notoriety, which we call prowess. He won't beat the sorcerer, but he's going to beat the other two wizards, and so he will actually score a single point. So being the runner-up scores him 1 point in prowess. He does not have any great treasures. He doesn't have any gold. He doesn't have any spells. For a total of 2 points this first week. So the swordsman has scored 2 points. The sorcerer has 1 point in cards. He is winning the battle for prowess because he has the most notoriety. And he is winning the battle for gold because he has 18 gold, which is more than 10 and more than anyone else. He has 5 points as of this moment. Now, 18 gold is a tenuous lead, don't get me wrong, on the gold. So it is likely that will not stand. But for right now, he's scored 5. The druid has nothing, but he has 2 points in cards. So that gets him a total of 2 points. And he is done. And then the wizard, I believe, is bringing up the rear here with a single point for his single card that he has, that he's managed. And so he has a point. And it's 5 to 2 to 2 to 1. And that's about where we're at. So I'm going to continue this here in, let's see, it's midnight? Sure. I will stop the